Hi, welcome back to Grammar and Thongs and our third and final lesson on how to quote other people's work correctly in your own writing. This lesson is going to look at how you cut words out, that is omission, and also how you add words to your own writing for clarity, to make it clear what you're trying to say. So omission and adding. Let's look at omission first. If you want to cut words out, you use an ellipsis, that is those three dots, to show that you've left some words out of the original. In this example here, it says, Harker feels uneasy as, quote, the sun began to set, the mountains were bathed in a deep red light. End quote. Punctuation on the outside, because that's part of our sentence. It's not part of the original text. And these three dots, these ellipses here, show that we have taken some words out of the original. So it's correct punctuation, but it still feels a little bit clunky. Harker feels uneasy as the sun began to set, the mountains were bathed in a deep red light. It's like something's missing here. So if we want to add a word to fix that, we can use square parentheses to show that we've added something. So we can use them to show we've changed something, like I showed you in an earlier lesson where you can change a capital to a lowercase or a lowercase to a capital using square brackets or parentheses. But we can also use it to add a new word. So here's our quote again. Harker feels uneasy as the sun began to set, and we want to add in the word and. And that could go before the ellipses or after, doesn't matter. And now it reads, Harker feels uneasy as the sun began to set and the mountains were bathed in a deep red light. Much better. But if you're a keen viewer, you might have noticed there's still a problem with these sentences. And that is that it begins in present tense, Harker feels, but the quote is in past tense, the sun began. So we're switching tenses, which is a no-no in terms of sentence structure. So we need to fix that. We could fix that by bringing in square brackets again. We'll make this present tense begins, and we've put it in square brackets to show that we have altered the original. So in this case it's showing we've altered the original. In this case it's showing that we're adding a word. And now it is lovely and correct sentence structure. You could also have your whole essay in past tense, and then you wouldn't have to change the quote. But there are lots of different ways to approach these problems. For example, with this quote, another way would have been to close this quote after set, put in your own word and then open the quote again with the mountains were bathed in a deep red light. So there's a number of correct ways to approach this. These are just tools to make sure that when you're quoting other people's work in your own writing, you do it correctly. Thank you.